Your favorite band did not save your life. Stop saying that. What a load of hogwash. It makes me so unbelievably frustrated to hear people say that. It's toxic, it's disingenuous, and it's false. Period. Unless Tyler Joseph physically performs CPR on you or Gerard Way push you out of the way of an oncoming train, do not say that a musician saved your life. I got some feelings on this. Let's talk about it. You hear this a lot, especially with artists whose lyrics have an emo slant and sing about their feelings and how sad they are. Your music saved my life. I was on the precipice of nothingness and despair until I heard this album and everything changed. If you didn't make this artwork, I would be dead. God, how melodramatic. Like, come on. Okay, I get the sentiment. I was in a low place, I then listened to this song or something, I felt better, bad things did not happen as a result, therefore this music saved my life. I hear it, I get it, I still don't like this narrative. I take issue with it for a couple of reasons, let's go over them. First and foremost, you are the only one making the choice to stay alive. Depression and feelings that romanticize the gesture of not being alive anymore are personal. They are explicitly internal struggles that are dealt with 100% in your own head. It's not like a cannonball wound where there can be a doctor on hand to swoop in and patch it up. You are the only one who can grapple with your feelings, your situation, and whether or not you choose to carry on. Everyone's struggles are individualized, personal, and deeply specific. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to mental illness, otherwise AI therapy would be booming right now. At the end of the day, someone's mental illness can only be helped by themselves. Medication and therapy certainly add a level of confidence and adjustment to level the playing field, but at the end of the day, it's still up to the individual to burst through their symptoms and take it one day at a time. You are the only one who can tackle your depression. This is a solo battle. Many other people are dealing with something similar, but you are the only person who truly understands your needs and concerns. Every day that you carry on and continue to be alive, it was by your choice. Now, music is amazing. Songs and poetry and the lyrics incite the will to endure, carry on, shine a light on shared struggles, and they can help someone find the willpower to stick around. I have heard a lot of songs that remind me that life is worth living. Time Turned Fragile by Motion City Soundtrack, Tradition by Frank Iero, From Now On We Are Enemies by Fall Out Boy, Bulls in the Bronx by Pierce the Veil. They've all made me feel inspired and enlightened, but all they've done is interact with parts of me that were already there. These songs and works of art didn't generate something new inside of me or anyone else, they just added a catalyst to set off something that had been there from the start. When you feel emotional resonance while listening to a song, that's not something magic and new appearing in your soul. That's something that was already there, waking up and getting stoked. You're picking up on this, right? It's you. You are the one who's cool enough to realize that maybe you should make the not self-destructive choice in whatever situation you find yourself in. Maybe you should keep being alive, not harm yourself in any way, shape, or form, etc. You. The artist isn't in the room with you. Their ghost is not hanging out in the corner like it's Hereditary. It's you, by yourself, taking in a piece of art that a stranger made in a studio hundreds or thousands of miles away years ago. Do not give them so much credit in the field of your mental stability. Second thing is, it is dangerous to put responsibility of your well-being in the hands of a stranger. When I was a kid, I thought Front Porch Step was like a telescope into my soul until I learned that he had a really bad habit of creeping on girls fresh out of middle school. Imagine building a foundation of stability on the back of Brand New after Jesse Lacey was revealed to be a creep. You can't control anyone but yourself. Anyone can reveal themselves to be an evil weirdo and they can take you down with them if you give them that power. Don't give a stranger that power over yourself. You don't know these wealthy faraway figures. You don't know what they smell like, what their favorite kind of cereal is, what color the walls were in their high school, what the insides of their mouth taste like when they wake up, and what's going on inside of their head at any given time. There are so many unknowns with artists of any kind, and it's best to keep admiration at a safe and healthy distance at all times with anyone, me included. Third big point, isn't that a weird thing to say to a stranger? You've never met me, but you saved my life. What a weird high-pressure situation to put them in. It's okay to adore an artist, but for the love of God, you do not need to validate yourself by applying some life-saving quality to some MP3s. To just trauma dump this incredible and misled sense of responsibility on a random dude who plays guitar with his friends just for a sense of self-realization is kind of gross. And I get it, it's mostly teenagers out there doing this, but That's why this needs to be said, I guess. I know it feels like there's a high mark of respect and flattery, but most adults will realize that attributing someone else's well-being to something as abstract as a song written by a stranger is completely unhealthy. Fact of the matter is, I'd be willing to wager that most artists who hear people saying this don't want to hear it in the first place. This is a weird burden built out of good, flattering intentions, but it's still a burden, dude. At the core of this sentiment is, I used to harm myself and or consider offing myself until I listened to this thing that you made in a studio somewhere. Please recognize the weight in this gesture, otherwise there'd be no point in me telling you directly. That responsibility keeps a lot of people awake at night. And even if that sentiment is true, which it shouldn't be, by the way, how selfish is it to share that with the artist in the first place? To fish for some semblance of validation from a stranger as if they have magic words to fill your soul. Do not put this burden on other people. That burden is for you, your family, your friends who choose to be in your life, and your therapist. Do not throw this at strangers to give what you're saying a semblance of weight. There are tons of other ways of complimenting artists meaningfully without the savior narrative. Your music gave me the vocabulary to better understand myself. Your music has enriched a lot of important moments in my life, and I hope to make music as rich as yours someday are all stellar and profound compliments to give somebody without making things unnecessarily heavy. Pop these guys out at meet and greets and on Twitter, not this stuff. Fourth, going off what I said earlier about not letting the other person play a big role in the foundation of your well-being, you need to understand that you are worth receiving credit. If you're watching this, you are alive. You chose to. This is a little dark, but it does need to be said. You are not strapped to a chair unable to move. There are no cosmic barriers preventing you from doing something self-destructive and drastic at any given moment. You, in this moment, are radically free to do anything that you want. You are watching this video because you've made millions of little decisions each day up to this point to stay alive. You are here on your own accord at a deep, personal base level. You are the person in charge of staying alive. Not a band, not a movie, not a TV show, not a friend. You cannot be babysat every second of every day. It is you choosing to still be here. I think the worst part about the gesture of "your music saved my life" is that it actually erases the responsibility from the person who said it. "Your music saved my life" sounds like the person saying it was helpless and they had no role in the process of staying alive. That is a load of garbage. That is the thing that I want you to understand. Every step of the way, you are the one who saved yourself. You are powerful, you are strong, and you are the one who deserves all the credit. Music is wonderful to listen and relate to, but it's not special in a vacuum. It's only special when it reacts to another soul full of substance, complexity, and life. Music is worthless if the thing listening to it is not divinely conscious, aware, thinking, and feeling. You are incredible. You are amazing every second that you're here. Through every tribulation in this miserable, horrifying world that seems to be dissolving into chaos and destruction every day, you are still here despite that. You perceiving and forming abstract thoughts listening to these words is proof that you are a miracle through and through. There are no other known things in this universe capable of what you are doing right now. What a tragedy to say, "Your music saved my life." It was you. It's always been you. It always will be you. You are literally one of a kind, made of the same weird atomic material found in stars and the cosmos. You are the universe waking up and experiencing the fruits of its own creation, and that, I think, is incredible. Please take credit for your victories. Do not hand them off to a wealthy stranger. You are a badass, and I want you to always remember that. Stay spicy. Be kind to yourself. Thank you for watching.